What's up everybody? Chef Glenn B and I'm back in the kitchen, and today I'm working on Gorgonzola macaroni and cheese. Before we get started, I just want to express my appreciation to all of you who have subscribed and have been watching my videos. I really appreciate it. If you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, please take this time to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I drop regular videos where I share my favorite recipes and I pair them with wines. I would also love it if you would comment. Tell me what you think about what I'm doing. I would appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the cheese sauce. I'm gonna start with butter. Got a hot pot already. I'm gonna get this butter melted up. I've got some flour that I'm gonna add to that, and we're basically gonna make a roux to start with. Okay, so I got my hot pot. I've got my butter in the pot. I'm gonna add my onions to the butter. And I'm gonna cook those a couple of minutes, maybe 3 minutes or so, until they begin to become translucent. So my onions are translucent and I'm ready to add the flour to it. And so what I want to do with this is I'm gonna basically making a roux to start. And I'm gonna cook this for 2 or 3 minutes or so. I don't want this to brown. I don't want to change the color of the roux. I want to keep it about the same color. So I want to continue to stir it, move it around a little bit, make sure it doesn't stick and burn. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add my milk and my cream. I've got some whole milk and I've got some heavy cream here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat off. I don't want to burn anything. And the other thing that I've done is I've allowed both of these to come to room temperature. If you don't allow them to come to room temperature and you try to add cold cream and cold milk to your hot roux, you're probably gonna make clumps. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my milk, and I've got my whisk. And I'm gonna, again, as I said, I turn the heat off just to make sure I don't burn it. And once I get the milk in there, I'm gonna turn the heat back on. The pot was pretty hot is the reason that I turned the heat off. So let's get the heat going again. I'm gonna go ahead and add my cream to it as well. So I'm gonna bring that to a boil, and I'm gonna reduce it to a simmer. Okay, so my sauce is simmering. I'm gonna go ahead and add a bay leaf to the sauce. I'm also gonna add, I've got 4 black peppercorns here. And I've also got 3 whole cloves that I'm gonna add to the sauce. And I wanna reduce this. I'm gonna allow this to simmer, being sure to stir it frequently and making sure to hit those corners with the whisk. I'm gonna simmer this for about 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my breadcrumbs ready to top my macaroni. And I've got some butter in a hot pan here. Get that butter melted up. So to my butter, I'm gonna go ahead and add some panko breadcrumbs. Coat those really good. And I'm gonna toast those for a few minutes in this pan. They're gonna go on top of the macaroni and cheese. Okay, so what I wanna do now is I'm gonna adjust the seasonings on the sauce. I've got a little bit of nutmeg I'm gonna add to it. I've got some white pepper and some salt. Good flavor. I think we need a little bit more salt. try it again. It's good. So what I'm gonna do, got a clean pot. Got a strainer. And I'm gonna strain this sauce into this pot. Got my rubber spatula to help me out here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get my pasta in this water since we're pretty close to being done here. So I've got my pasta cooking, and what I'm gonna ask you to do is, when you cook your pasta, whatever the box asks you to do as far as cooking time, cook your pasta 1 minute less than that. If it's calling for 10 minutes, cook it 9 minutes. If it's calling for 6 minutes, cook it 5 minutes, because you still have to stick it in the oven and cook it for a little while. So you wanna go just a little bit al dente on it. I'm gonna go ahead and add my cheeses to the sauce, and I'm gonna start with the Gorgonzola. I've got some smoked Gouda. I've got some Parmigiano Reggiano. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reserve half of this. I'm gonna go ahead and add half of it to my sauce. And I'm gonna take the rest of it and I'm gonna add it to these breadcrumbs and just toss them up. And I'm gonna sit that to the side. Get this sauce mixed up. And as soon as I got my cheeses in there, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. Okay, so I've got my pasta drained and my sauce is ready. I'm ready to add the sauce to the pasta. Mix this up really good. I'm gonna salt my macaroni. Okay, so I'm ready to bake my macaroni and cheese. I've got my 4 ramekins here, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray them . And we're gonna make sure that we get all of this stuff in there. It's nice and creamy. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top these macaroni and cheese with the breadcrumb and cheese mixture. Okay, so I've got the macaroni portioned in the ramekins. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm gonna stick these in the oven for about 30 minutes. Everything is done, and I've decided to pair the macaroni and cheese with the 2020 Roar Gary's Vineyard Pinot Noir. Roar is a fantastic winery out of Monterey County. Gary's Vineyard is in the Santa Lucia Highlands AVA. And let's give it a taste without further ado. Beautiful color. A little translucent. On the nose, I'm getting a little leather, little cherry cola, berries, like a creamy berry type thing. Let's give it a taste. So initially on the palate, I'm getting a little pepper. And the pepper sort of gives way to cherries. The tart of a raspberry, just a little slight tart. And there's some earthiness. I'm getting like a forest floor type deal going on here. Really good. And the finish is long. It's a long finish. Now let me try the Gorgonzola macaroni and cheese here. Wow, that's really good. Really good. The smoked Gouda. There's a slight smokiness from the smoked Gouda, and I'm getting a little that sharpness from the Gorgonzola. Really, really good. Yeah. Let's try it with the wine. That's a good pairing. Let's try it one more time. You know, we gotta check it, just double check and make sure. The crust on top has got the Parmigiano Reggiano in it. So there's a little crispiness from the cheese on top. That is delicious. Yeah, it's confirmed. It's a good pairing. Really good pairing. Thank you all for taking the time to watch my video today. Please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. As I mentioned earlier, I drop regular videos where I share my favorite recipes and I pair them with wines. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.